Okay, how do I start this video? Don't flag this video. Ugh. Sometimes cooking just makes me really emotional. Hello, and welcome back to What's the Safe Word? Today, we are in my bedroom, and we've had this channel around here for about 2 years, and we've never really talked about kind of the coming out process. And we've had plenty of comments in the past, people asking how we came out and to do like a story time. And so I wanted to celebrate Pride Month by telling you how I came out and why it's important and why having people in your life that are supportive and are going to be there for you is monumental for gay people, for bi people, for anyone who's coming out as anything other than straight. Whether you're LGBTQIA+, there's other acronyms I'm probably forgetting. So some of you know that my past is very religious. I grew up in a very religious home. I went to Catholic school for 9 years. Catholic school is so segregated and so privatized, and you're just in this class of, for me it was 30 kids, the same exact 30 kids for 9 years of my life. It sounds as awful as you're imagining, I'm sure. In school, I was a very sheltered child. I was the teacher's pet. I was the one who did really, really well in school with their grades. But friend-wise, I never had anybody that I could connect with. I didn't have anyone that I hung out with. I didn't have anyone that I could just be myself with, because I was the weird kid. I was the outcast. I was the kid that people made fun of and harassed. And while I didn't let it get to me outwardly, I knew that something was different about me from the very start. And I didn't even know what a gay person was, being that I went to a Catholic school, because we didn't talk about gay people. We didn't talk about bisexual people. We didn't talk about anything that was outside of the norm of straight, heterosexual people getting married, having babies, and praying to God. I think it was around 12 or so that I was in this group of kids for a project at school, and they were passing around notes, and one of them passed a note to me, and it's like, "Are you gay?" And on one hand, I didn't really know how to A, approach that situation, or B, how to respond. I'd never met anyone that was gay before. There weren't any gay icons for me at that time. And so when these kids asked if I was gay, I had a very visceral reaction, I don't know what that is. I'm definitely not that. You know, I'm straight. I'm gonna marry a woman, and I'm gonna have kids, and we're gonna have a dog and a house and be boring. And so over that year, I knew I was gay. I knew I was different. I knew that I was not attracted to girls. All the guys were talking about being attracted to girls and wet dreams and jerking off, and I'm just like, I don't understand or relate to any of you. Also, you're the worst. They knew I was different, and they were the worst. Kids are the worst. So fast forward a few years, when I finally do get to high school, I'm the same person that I was in middle school. I was nerdy, I loved video games and comics, but it was in this high school that I met similar people that were gay, and I was afraid. Sure, I was wary at first. I didn't really want to connect with them, even though we shared so much and we really got along, but I was afraid. I was a little bit homophobic myself. Being religious, I was raised and told that if I was gay, I was going to go to hell, and I was going to be in hell forever, and I was going to burn in the eternal. It's the way that we treat kids and the way that we teach kids that being gay or being different is somehow wrong or evil that's just awful. These kids are developing, these kids are growing, these kids are learning who they are and how their bodies work, and to shut them down and tell them how to be before they even started exploring themselves really does a number on people. I mean, I'm fine, but I was finally in a realm that had people that were different and gay, and I was starting to see all these different sexualities, and I was just questioning myself still, am I gay? What does it mean to be gay? This school doesn't talk about what it means to be not straight, especially in health classes. Jesus fuck. A health class for people that are not heterosexual and they're not having penis and vagina penetrative sex. Tangent aside, I finally met people that I felt comfortable being myself around, and when they asked me if I was gay, I still didn't know how to respond. And they were patient, and they were kind, and they would give me my space and let me think and figure out who I was, which is really important. It's never fun to be pushed out of a closet. Because those friends at the time were so patient and understanding and didn't really give a shit that I was gay, being accepting of me really helped in that process. And when I finally did come out to someone, I was so happy, Some people were like, "Oh girl, we knew."
Don't even get me started, honey. Honey. Honey.
You're such a flaming homosexual.
Oh, honey.
We just didn't want to force you out of the closet. They understood that being gay didn't make me any different. I was still me. In high school, my parents wanted me to get confirmed, and for religious people, that's kind of like a religion boot camp. And I was so done with the church. So that was the time that I came out to my parents. And their reaction wasn't bad. They're pretty liberal people. They stopped and they're like, well, what does that mean? And God, while I am not so sure, we've had our, they were really good in how they responded. They asked if I needed anything, they asked if I needed any help or if I needed therapy, and they weren't saying that to be rude, they wanted to make sure I was okay. And I just want to say that if you're questioning anywhere under that rainbow, you are not going to hell, you are not unclean in some way or don't deserve love. You are yourself, you are perfect. You don't owe anyone any sort of apology for being who you are. And in your own personal journey that is coming out, you have to remind yourself that it's not so cut and dry. It's not super heterosexual straight on one end and completely flaming homosexual on the other. There's a spectrum in between of people that fluctuate this way or that way. You are yourself. You need to find yourself at your own pace. And it's okay to not have everything figured out when you first come out, because like me, I slowly figured out who I was. I was gay, I was interested in men. There was just that magic that came with kissing a guy that I never got when I one time kissed that girl in middle school, on the snowboarding bus, super sexy girl, but I'm so sorry. But know that it's healthy to come out and to share yourself with people, because it does get better. And I'm so thankful, fucking jealous, but so thankful that we have resources nowadays. You can go on YouTube and you can watch coming out stories. The It Gets Better project, started by my friend Dan Savage, just picking up that name I dropped, has so many stories of people that talk about being bullied in high school or when they were kids, and now they are wonderful, successful, or they have this breadth of people in their lives that makes them comfortable and happy. And I hope that everyone gets that, because if you had talked to me 5-10 years ago and said that I would be in San Francisco and I'd be an incredibly kinky person and who has this daddy who is a little bit older than you, but you get along with him and you have this wonderful rapport and you're happy and you laugh about things and you feel at home. Fuck those onions. I don't think I would have believed you, because I was such a miserable little shit growing up. And I'm really thankful for the people that I have in my life now, and that my family is supportive, and that I'm able to do what I love and be sexual and talk about it online and not feel like an outcast. And so I am so happy and so blessed and so excited that it is Pride Month and we get to have another Pride Festival, whether it's a march or an actual parade. That's why it's important that it's Pride Month. That's why it's important to stand up and come out and be yourself at your own pace, because we are a community. At the very heart of it, we are a community of people, and if we are not out there for each other, no one will be. So whether your pride flag has a brown and a black flag at the top, or it has a fist, or it has a heart, or it has rather than fight with each other about what's more important on a flag, we should be fighting for each other, making sure that we have our rights, making sure that this current government does not destroy what we fought to have. I do want to end on a little bit more lighter note. I did ask, what is your favorite part about Pride? And what you guys said was seeing friends, being outside with all the boys in little to no clothing, spending time with people outdoors that I love, miles of dick in one place, I appreciate your honesty, the parade, the energy, and just the people there, depositing all the money I made, ooh girl, get it,
oh honey,
the orgies, okay, and the loving kindness everyone shares for this one weekend. And to be fair, it's not one weekend, there are lots of different prides out there, but there's also lots of different reasons to enjoy it. So whether this is your first Pride or your 10th, or you're not even going at all and this is just your way in which you can share with other people that you're coming out, always have a safe word, and today's safe word is, usually I have someone else. And today's safe word is the Babadook? Because while he is not the gay icon we wanted, he's definitely the gay icon we needed. Leave a comment down below of your coming out experience, or maybe even your first Pride. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, or you just needed to hear this today. And I will see you guys next time on What's a Safe Word. Bye. And if you're in San Francisco this week, come say hello. I'll be around, all around Pride, so tweet at me and come say hi, and let's just hang out and have fun. Ow, ow, ow.